How are you doing today? Sure, you had a wonderful time at Easter. Hope you had fun. I welcome you guys back to business. Welcome you back to business. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Can you hear me? I believe you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, please, I want to see your comments. You are welcome. I'm so excited to have you guys in today's session. I believe you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, drop your comments. And if there's any pair you want us to analyze, please drop it in the comment section. You all are welcome. You are welcome. So let's go straight to business. So we'll start with Australian dollar USD. If there's any pair you want us to analyze, please drop it in the comment section. So let's start with the weekly time frame. So last week candle closed as an indecision candle, right? It's closed as an indecision candle, and this week it's been yesterday was bearish. So you can see yesterday candle closed bearish, okay, after clearing liquidity at this previous low. Okay. It closed bearish. So with what we have here, at the close of today's candle, if today's candle closes bullish, then we should expect more bullish move on Australian dollar USD. If today's candle closes bullish, okay, expect more bullish move on Australian dollar USD. It is also possible for price to, we still have area of liquidity at this level, so it is likely price might drop to this level to clear liquidity. Okay, that's why I said we need to wait for today's candle to close. If today's candle closes bullish, okay, above, let's go to 4 hour. I believe a resistance was created, was formed on 4 hour time frame after the close of yesterday candle. Okay, so this was the resistance for yesterday market. This was the resistance for yesterday's market. If a candle closes above this resistance, then you could consider buying. This will be my entry for Australian dollar USD 6532. If a candle closes above that level, that is when I will consider buying Australian dollar USD. If you don't want to wait for price to break that level, ensure that a candle closes above the high of this bearish candle that formed before these bullish candles. Okay, you either wait for price to break this resistance before you buy, or you wait for a candle to close above the high of this bearish candlestick. You can see this was the bearish candlestick that was used to clear liquidity at this previous low. So you want to ensure that the candle closes above the high of this bearish candlestick before you buy. I hope that is clear. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. Any pair you want us to analyze, drop it in the comment section. Okay, so that is my take on Australian dollar USD. If you are considering buying, wait for a candle to close above this high or above this resistance. Those are the areas or levels I would consider buying Australian dollar USD. I hope that is clear. Okay, now let's move to the next pair, Euro USD. You can see the pattern we have on Euro USD also. Let's see, let's start with the daily, or let's start with the weekly time frame. Okay, so we have area of liquidity at this point. Okay, this is an area of liquidity. We don't know if price will get to this level, but okay, we don't know if price will get to that level because we had this was a resistance turn support, and price has tested that level, so it's possible we could see strong rejection from that level. Okay, we could see strong rejection from that level. Now, before we jump in and start buying, since price just hits a support level, or you call it your demand zone, you can see if you go back here also, we had a demand zone at this level. So since price just hits that level, we could see a strong rejection from that level. So before we execute a buy trade, we need to ensure that a bullish reversal pattern forms at that zone or at that level before we consider buying. We cannot buy with the current candles that are printing on the chart. The candles are bearish. Okay, let's go to daily. So you could see yesterday candle also closed strongly bearish. It closed strongly bearish. Okay, now if I want to buy Euro USD, I would wait for a candle to close above the high of this bearish candle that formed before this binding bottom. Okay, I'll wait for price to close above that level, this level. Okay, this bearish candlestick that formed before this binding bottom. I want to see price close above this level, a candle close above this level before I will consider buying. So with what we have on the chart right now, Euro USD is still bearish. Euro USD is still bearish. Okay, maybe after the close of today's candle, if today's candle closes bullish, if it forms on, if it gives us a bullish reversal pattern, then we can now consider buying Euro USD. But as it is right now, Euro USD is still bearish. But let's see what we have on 4 hour. Let's see what's happening on 4 hour time frame. Okay, on 4 hour we had on 4 hour we had okay, this candle, we had a spinning bottom, we had a spinning bottom. This indicates that the bears are becoming weaker, they are getting exhausted. Okay, they are getting exhausted. So if this next candle closes bullish, you might want to risk buying. If it closes bullish, preferably it should close above this high, the high of this spinning bottom. Okay, you can see the high of this spinning bottom is a key level, because if you go back here, you can see it's a resistance level. So if a 4 hour candle can close above the high of this spinning bottom and also this resistance, then you could risk buying. Okay, you could risk buying. But if price does not close above this level, don't buy Euro USD. Don't buy Euro USD. This setup I just gave now is for day traders. Okay, you want to wait for price to close above this level before you buy. And if you are considering selling after the close of this candle, if it closes bullish, a support will form. Okay, once that support is created, you wait for a candle to close below that support before you sell. Okay, wait for a candle to close below that support before you sell. I hope that is clear. If you are considering selling, wait for a candle to close below this support before you sell. If you want to buy, 4 hour candle should close above this level. Let's see what's happening on 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, so you can see what's happening here. I think price has tested this resistance level and there was a strong rejection from that level. You can see price has tested that level, rejection from that level. So if this support is broken, you want to sell, set your stop loss few pips above this level, let's say 20 pips above this level. Okay, if you want to sell, let's see 15 minutes. So on 15 minutes, what pattern do we have here? Okay, this is a bearish pattern on 15 minutes. Okay, this is a bearish pattern, but you want to wait for price to break this support before you sell. Okay, wait for price to break this support before you sell. Let me just go down to 5 minutes and see what's happening on 5 minutes. Let's see, 5 minutes. Okay, so if your value gap was created here on 5 minutes, so if I'm a scalper, I could sell. Okay, but I don't scalp. If your value gap has been filled, so it's possible price will drop from this level. Okay, you can see this fair value gap, that gap has been filled. So if this current candle or 15 minutes candle closes below this level, one can risk selling. Okay, your targets as a scalper, I don't scalp. Okay, your target could be this, that's 0726, that's about, let's say, 12 pips. Your stop loss will be a few pips above this level for scalping. Okay, so but that's if you want to sell from the current market price. But like I said, if you want to aim for like 40, 50 pips, 60 pips, you should wait for price to break this support. Okay, if you are a day swing trader, you should wait for price to break this support before you consider selling. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. If you can hear me, please drop comments, drop your comments. I want to be sure you guys can hear me. Drop your comments. Okay, so let's move to the next pair. What's our next pair? GBP USD, same bias for GBP USD. Let's start with the daily. Let's start with the weekly. Okay, you can see last week candle closed as an inverted hammer. right? Closed as an inverted hammer, and after the close, it gave us a support, right? A new support was formed, and at the moment, the market is trading below that support. The market is trading below that support, and you could see that that level was also a previous resistance, which became a support. Can you see that? It was a previous resistance which became a support. Okay, so right now the market is trading below that level. That tells me that supply is higher than demand. Okay, that tells me that supply is higher than what? Than demand. And if supply is higher than demand, I should look for opportunity to sell, right? If supply is higher than demand, price is expected to drop. Okay, so I should look for sell opportunity. So let's go down to lower time frame to see what we have on lower time frame. Let's see daily. Okay, so yesterday candle closed as an inverted hammer. Okay, so if today's candle closes bullish, we should be looking for a buy on GBP USD. That will be tomorrow. Okay, if today's candle closes bullish. Okay, so let's go down to, let's see, 4 hour. So you can see on 4 hour, price ranged from this point. Okay, price was in a range from this point to this point. Can you see that price was in a range and there was a breakout from that range? I think that was yesterday. Yeah, there was a breakout from that range. Now it's likely price will, when there's a breakout from a support or from a range, price is expected to pull back, right, to test that support which has become a resistance. So we could see a retest. Okay, price could retest this resistance level. Now when price hits this level, we look out for a bearish reversal pattern. If you want to trade on break and retest, if price gets to this level, wait for a bearish reversal pattern to form before you sell. Okay, so it's like that's what is playing out now. They just want to retest this zone before going bearish. That's my take on GBP USD. Let's see 1 hour and 15 minutes. Let me see 1 hour. Okay, so let's see 15 minutes. So we need to wait for price to get to that zone before we decide on what to do. Okay, we need to wait for price to get to that zone before we decide on what to do. Mr. Raphael, Mr. Anayo, I believe you all can hear me. If there's any pair you want us to analyze together, please drop it in the comment section. Okay, if you are participating in this live stream, I want you to drop a comment so that I can recognize you. Drop a comment so that I can recognize you. Okay, let's move to the next pair. Let's look at gold. I think I took a trade on gold this morning. I'm selling gold, and as you can see, I'm on a negative right now. Okay, I'm on negative. Here's my stop loss. Okay, my stop loss is at 1.2265.66. Okay, so I'm buying I'm selling gold. Okay, I'm selling gold in drawdown at the moment. I hope it goes in my direction. If it doesn't go in my direction, it's okay. I've already set my stop loss. I've set my stop loss. Okay, so I'm hoping it goes in my direction. So I'm bearish on gold today. I'm bearish on gold today. Okay, but long-term gold is bullish. Long-term gold is bullish. I'm bearish on gold today. Okay, remember this week is NFP week, and most NFP week price action is always erratic, very unpredictable. Okay, so if you're trading this week, you have to be very conservative. I'm hoping that between now and Wednesday, I would have made good profits. Between now and tomorrow or early hours of Thursday, I'm hoping all my trade hits TP. Okay, once I'm able to make good profits before Thursday morning, I wouldn't trade for the week. Okay, I wouldn't trade again for the week. I wouldn't trade NFP. If I would trade NFP, I would trade after the news is released. Okay, if I would trade NFP, if I have a good setup, a good technical setup after the news release, then I will trade. But I must ensure that I've made some good profits. Okay, so it's part of the profits that I've made between now and Thursday that I would risk on Friday after NFP. So let's say I've made $200 before Thursday. I can just decide to risk $50 on NFP. Okay, I'm not going to risk my capital on NFP. I'm going to risk the profits that I've made from the market. But if between now and Thursday I'm on negative, I wouldn't trade NFP. Okay, I wouldn't trade NFP. So as you're trading this week, please be very conservative. Don't over leverage. Don't over trade. Okay, so that's my take on gold. I'm bearish on gold. You can see, okay, let's go to 4 hour. Let me not work with, let's go to, let's see daily. Okay, you can see the reason I took a sell on gold. Okay, yesterday candle closed as a spinning top. Okay, that's the reason I took a sell. It closed as a spinning top, a bullish spinning top. Okay, so after the close of that spinning top, the spinning top on the daily just tells me there's a high probability that price is likely going to change its trend from bullish to bearish. So the next thing I did was to go down to 4 hour time frame. So if you go on 4 hour time frame, you will see the pattern we have on 4 hour time frame as at the close of yesterday market. This is a bearish reversal pattern. Okay, this is a bearish reversal pattern. Okay, so I waited for price to pull back, feel there was a fair value gap that was created on, I think, 15 minutes or 1 hour. Waited for price to fill that fair value gap, and you can see the candlestick that formed here. Okay, it was inverted shooting star, sorry, a bullish shooting star. So that's the reason I took a sell trade on gold. Okay, that's the reason I took a sell trade on gold. Now, if this high is broken, then there's a high probability that gold will keep going up. The price of gold will keep appreciating. And you can see that is where I set my stop loss. My stop loss is at this level. Anything that makes a candle close above this level, then I should be out of that trade. I should be out of that trade. I do not hope that after price breaks that level, it will reverse. So no. I know once price breaks that level, there's a high probability for gold price to keep going up. So I need to be out of that trade, take that loss, and wait for the next opportunity. I hope that is clear. I don't fight the market. I flow with the market. If the market says sell, I sell. If it says buy, I buy. Okay. So let's move to the next pair. I hope that is clear. Okay, Mr. Eze, I can see you. Okay, Mr. Best Shops, I can see you also. You all are welcome. You're welcome. Feels good to have you guys in the class. Okay, let's move to the next pair. Which other pair do you want us to analyze? Let me know. Let me know. Which other pair do you want us to analyze? Which other pair do you want us to analyze? Let me know. Okay, we just analyzed gold, Mr. Eze. We just analyzed gold. Which other pair? Which other pair? Which other pair do you want us to analyze? Can you guys still hear me? Okay, let's move to the next pair. Okay, let's look at JPY. Let's look at JPY. I have a trade on GBP JPY. Let's see GBP JPY. I have a trade on GBP JPY. I'm currently buying GBP JPY, as you can see. I'm buying GBP JPY, and GBP JPY is in good profit. This is my first target for GBP JPY. I would not advise that you jump in and start buying now. Okay, there is a right time to execute a trade. This is not the right time to execute a buy trade on GBP JPY. If you execute a buy trade on GBP JPY now, you will be taking a very high risk. Very important that you know the right time to execute a trade. Okay, don't jump in and start buying GBP JPY now because I'm buying it. No, I entered earlier, so my risk was very small. Okay, so why did I buy GBP JPY? You can see it, it's obvious, right? You can see the pattern we had here on 4 hour. This is a spinning bottom, a bearish spinning bottom, and you can see the next candle closed bullish. It closed bullish. That is a bullish reversal pattern indicating change in trend from bearish to bullish. That is the reason I bought GBP JPY, and this is my first TP on GBP/JPY. You can see my stop loss. I don't trade without setting stop loss. Okay, because I understand that trading is a game of probability. You could have all your confluences and your setup will still go against you. Do you get that? All your confluences would be, you can see them, but at the same time, the market can still go against you. That is why you cannot do without setting stop loss. You cannot do without setting stop loss. You can't. Anything can happen in the market. Okay? Understand the market that you're trading. So that is it for GBP/JPY. It is still bullish. This would be my first target, and this could be my second target for GBP/JPY. And I think GBP/JPY and gold are negatively correlated. They are negatively correlated. That's why you see I'm buying GBP/JPY and I'm selling gold. Okay, I think both are negatively correlated. They are negatively correlated. Okay. Which other pair do you want? Okay, USD/CHF. Let's look at USD/CHF. On how to calculate your lot size. To calculate lot size, what you need to do is get the market risk. The market risk is in pips, right? That is your entry level from your stop loss. That gives you the market risk. Once you've gotten the market risk, now you need to have defined how much the dollar amount you're going to lose on every trade you execute. Okay, you need to have defined the dollar amount you're going to lose on every trade you execute. And I did advise that you shouldn't risk more than 2% on any trade. Okay, that would be your capital risk. Okay, so once you've gotten the market risk and you've defined how much you're going to lose on every trade you execute in the market, divide the market risk by capital risk divide market risk, then multiply whatever value you get by 0.1. That will give you the lot size. Capital risk divide market risk, okay, multiply 0.1. For example, this is my entry for this trade. This is my stop loss, which is about 50 pips, okay, which is about 50 pips. After this class, I'm going to adjust my stop loss to the low of this candle. Okay, I'm going to adjust my stop loss to the low of this candle. Maybe it will reduce to like say 40 pips. Okay, so 50 pips. This is my market risk. Market risk is 50 pips, and I'm willing to risk 2% of my capital on this trade. Okay, so 2% of my, let's say is $100. Let's say 2% is $100. Okay, so that will be $100 divide 50. Okay, $100 divide 50 times 0.1. That should be like 0.2 lot size. I hope you get that. Okay, let's look at USD/CHF. USD/CHF is still bullish. You cannot sell USD/CHF with what we are seeing on the chart now. You cannot sell USD/CHF with what I'm seeing on the chart now. It is still bullish. Let's start with the weekly. USD/CHF is still bullish. We cannot sell. Okay, now if you look at last week candle, it closed as a shooting star. Most retail traders would have executed sell. It closed as a shooting star after clearing liquidity, I think, at this previous high. Okay, yeah, it cleared liquidity at this previous high. Most retail traders would have executed sell, and their stop loss will be at the high of this candle, right? Most retail traders will say their stop loss at this level or at this level. So I think what is playing out now is clear on liquidity. They want to sweep liquidity at this previous highs. Once that is achieved, then USD/CHF could go bearish. You know what you should look out for before you sell. You wait for a bearish reversal pattern to form on maybe daily or 4-hour time frame before you sell. So right now you cannot sell USD/CHF. You cannot sell because what you're seeing are bullish candles. What is printing on the chart is bullish candles. That tells you that what's it called? We have more buyers, we have more demand than supply. And when there's more demand than supply, price will keep going up. Price will keep going up. So USD/CHF is bullish at the moment. USD/CHF is bullish at the moment. And I think USD/CHF also is negatively correlated with gold. So I expect gold to sell. I don't know why it's buying. That's the nature of gold. It does what it wants. Okay, so that's my take on USD/CHF. USD/CHF is is bullish. Is there any other pair you want us to analyze? USDHF is bullish. And I think USDJPY also is bullish. Let's check USDJPY. USDJPY also is bullish. Last week candle closed as a doji. After clearing liquidity at this previous high, it closed as a doji. So this week I expect USDJPY to be bearish technically, because last week candle closed as a doji, which indicates weakness, that the buyers are becoming weaker. But before I sell, I need to ensure that a candle closes bearish on the weekly time frame. So if this week candle closes bearish, then there's a high probability that next week USDJPY would be bearish. It will be bearish. Now, if you don't want to wait for the weekly candle to close, let's go down to daily and see what we had on daily. You can see what we had on daily. Can you see what we had on daily? Price ranged last week. Price was in a range last week. Can you see that? It was in a range. So if I want to sell USDJPY, I need to wait for price to break the low of that range, which is this level. This is where I will consider if a candle closes, a 4-hour candle could close below it. Today's candle can close below it. So I don't have to wait for the weekly candle to close before I sell. If 4-hour closes below this level, that is when I will consider selling USDJPY. Okay? If it closes above the high of that range, I would not execute a buy trade, because my bias for USDJPY this week is sell. So I'm more interested in breakout from support and not from resistance. Breakout from resistance to me would be a false breakout. So I would not trade it because it's against my bias, which is sell. So what I'm looking out for on USDJPY is for a candle to close below this support or the low of this range. That is when I will consider selling USDJPY. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. So which other pair do you want us to analyze? Let me know, let me know. Which pair do you want us to look at? Let me know, let me know. I think we've looked at USD card, right? I think we've looked at USD card. Okay, let's look at USD card. I think we've looked at USD card. Okay, let me see. Okay, USD card. USD card is, let me start with the weekly. I expect bearish move on USD card this week. That's my bias for USD card. I expect USD card to be bearish this week. Last week candle closed bearish, created a new resistance level. Okay, created a resistance level. Created a resistance level. Okay, so let's go to daily. So okay, so we might still see maybe one more push up on USD card. We might still see one more push up, because at this point there are a lot of liquidity stop loss at this level, so they might still want to push price up to clear liquidity before going bearish. But if a candle closes below this support, you might consider selling USD card if this support is broken. If a 4-hour candle closes below this support, you might consider selling USD card. My bias for USD card this week is bearish. But it is likely they want to push price up to clear liquidity before they go bearish. That's my take on USD card. It is bearish. It is bearish this week. I hope that is clear. It is bearish this week. I hope that is clear. I think that will be all for today's session. If there are no questions, any question? You have any question? So I appreciate you guys for showing up for today's session. I wish you guys a profitable trading day. Our next session will be tomorrow by by 10 a.m. tomorrow by 10 a.m. If you have any question, you have my WhatsApp number. Also, I believe you're on the WhatsApp group. Drop your question on the WhatsApp group or forward it to me on WhatsApp. Okay, and if this is your first time participating in this live stream, I would appreciate you sign up, you subscribe to this channel so that whenever I come online or I drop a video, you get notification from YouTube. Okay, and if you got value from this stream, ensure you like the stream. Do like the stream if you got value from this session. I really appreciate you guys. Bye for now.